Hello and good morning from the Transportation and Ticket Center. I'm here with some friends. We have Kenneth and Kylie and Petey and then Brennan. We are going to go ride TRON again. All right, so we made it off of the ferry over to the entrance of Magic Kingdom. We're heading over to the touch point over here. We're not really using the touch points because we have our wristbands. So we're inside the park and heading straight over to TRON pretty much right now. I think it's down currently. A bit of a technical downtime, or at least it was when we checked in. Made it to Tomorrowland. We're heading straight over to TRON. So we'll see what they think of TRON, just the area in general, just the cohesiveness that it brings back to the Magic Kingdom. This is so exciting. This is a cast member preview. Again, that we're here for today, just myself being a cast member, and I can bring 3 guests. So I brought my 3 guests as well as their son, because he's under 3. So here we are over in TRON. What are the first impressions? Is it cool? I'm so excited to be back. I did not bring my GoPro this time, just going to actually enjoy the ride. We were told that it was down when we arrived at the Transportation and Ticket Center, but it looks like it is currently back up and running. Okay, we're pretty much just heading straight over to the front of the line to get in line for TRON, and then we'll ride it. We can ride it as many times as we want. Maybe. Alright, so we just scanned in and we are getting in line. One aspect that I mentioned the last time that we did this, I don't know which one is going to be the, I think I called it standby, but it's going to be the virtual return line and then the individual lightning lane line. So that'll be interesting to figure that out.
Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of TRON.
That was the pre-show. Technically the pre-show. I really appreciate about TRON that it doesn't have like a pre-show that other rides have been doing, like Rise of the Resistance and like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's sort of been kind of a crutch, I think, in terms of just the entertainment value. It is cool, but just like it makes the re-rideability, I think, a little bit more challenging when you have to go through multiple pre-shows, kind of showcasing the same material. So this is definitely
the competition begins with Team Blue launching
like the virtual return line easily, just because there's so much more line length. Okay, so we made it to the load platform, and we're about to ride TRON. Let's see if we can ride the front row. Brennan, give us TRON. Nice. So here we are, riding in the front row. Here comes our bike. Yay! This opens in pretty much exactly a month from now. So we just got off of TRON, and we're actually going to ride it again. Kenneth and I are going to ride it again, so I think I'm going to give my camera to Brennan. Okay, so we just rode again. So the first time we rode in the front seat, and then just now we rode in the back seat. It was a cool experience. Did you have fun? Did you like it? Did you like the front or the back better?
I'm a back man.
Okay. Alright, so we are now heading back to the front of TRON because we have to leave now. We're not technically allowed to be in Magic Kingdom. This is only a preview event, and our wristbands are only good for riding TRON, and we have to exit the park, which is fine because myself and Brennan are going to Epcot, and then Kenneth, Kylie, and Petey are going to Hollywood Studios to meet up with their family. It is pretty cool just riding in the front and in the back, because riding in the front is just more visually exciting, but then riding in the back, you get so many more of these story elements, and then it might be a little bit faster too. This is the TRON sign, and it looks like they're building a little food and beverage kiosk over here, and that was our trip to Magic Kingdom this morning to ride TRON. Game over. This concludes your preview of TRON Light Cycle Run. Please proceed to the park exit at this time. They're just like, get out of Magic Kingdom. Okay, we are back on Main Street, heading down towards the train to take the monorail or the boat back over to the TTC. So we took the ferry boat to get over to Magic Kingdom, and now we're taking the monorail to get back over to the TTC, which is great. So we can just take the connecting monorail. So Brennan, you can finally see the construction over there, right? Is that exciting?
Yes.
Did you have fun on TRON?
I did, yeah.
This is where we say goodbye to Kenneth, Kylie, and Petey for now, because Brennan and I, hi Brennan.
Oh, hey.
Hi, we are going to go right over there to the Epcot monorail.
Petey, say bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
He is distracted.
Say bye-bye.
It's like, don't make me perform for YouTube! So this is actually a pretty cool opportunity because we're heading over to Epcot, and it is not park hopping hours yet because this did not count as a park reservation. So that was perfect timing. The monorail literally arrived as soon as we walked to the platform, so we can head over to Epcot now. It's a little bit after 11 o'clock in the morning, which is weird. It feels weird to be able to do this, to be able to go to Magic Kingdom and then go to Epcot before 2 p.m. It's kind of cool. Alright, so we're almost made it over to Epcot. You can sort of see the Toll Plaza entrance right over there with the new sign. I still have not fully mentally committed to capitalizing all of the Epcot letters. It's funny because I just took this trip the other day specifically to see this view of Epcot. Oh wow, that is awesome. Topiaries for the Flower Garden Festival. Look at the flowers. That looks awesome. It's going to be a pretty hot day today, but hopefully a lot of fun. There's not only a lot, but some incredible new behind the walls. It's like they're being constructed. But there's progress. This is the exciting project right now. Just the Moana walkthrough. Which that does look like it's somewhat nearing completion. I think definitely compared to at least the rest of Future World or Future World Celebration. Okay, we just got off of the monorail and I went to head all the way down there to get inside the park. Okay, so now we are heading into Epcot to eat some food, see some topiaries, and just enjoy the Flower and Garden Festival, which just started a couple days ago.
I appreciate that it's windy because I was prepared for it to be a really hot day, but the wind kind of helps.
It's probably going to get pretty hot. It's gotten into the high 80s, I think, recently. And here we are inside Epcot, and we're heading over here to get a passport. So we have the passports. They have a list of topiaries this year, which I think is very helpful, which I'll be coming back to do a little topiary tour. I generally do that every year. I might do that as a one take this year, just because that might be a little bit more interesting way to do that. Just a casual walk around Epcot showing off the topiaries. But Brennan is looking at the various booths that they have, so we can get an idea of what food we want at what particular booths, right? Yeah. So we're probably pretty much going to go to the very first booth that we encounter because we are both starving. Did you enjoy getting to see the perspective from the monorail? Just all of the construction and the Moana Journey of Water?
I haven't ridden the Epcot monorail since before COVID. It's been so long, and then like getting to see the Moana thing, I'm so excited for that thing. It looks beautiful.
So I think that our first stop is going to be back over here right behind me in Gateway Gifts to get a wristband. Hopefully they did not have them, or at least we never got them for the Festival of the Arts, so hopefully they have them for the Flower Garden Festival.
Bananas Foster's bread pudding with a muffalata panini. Ah!
Brennan has just been looking at all the new items and getting really excited for them. So we got our wristbands here. We each put about $50 on here, I think, and this is also pretty fun. These are the prizes, it looks like, for the Spike Pollination Scavenger Hunt around Epcot. You can get some cups there, or you can get some plates. So that's pretty fun. But I think now we are going to go look for some of this food that Brennan's been just excited about.
I definitely want to go to the Citrus Blossom because everything there is new and it looks really cool.
Alright, server by Creations and Connections, and now I'm looking at the menu, which I normally don't do, which I don't think I'll be doing that much because I do like to be surprised and excited about the booths and what they have when I happen upon them. So it's still pretty busy today, even though the festival has been going on for a couple days now. But we're heading over to the first booth, which should be over by Test Track. So this is a new booth over here, I think. Brunchcot? Let's see what the menu is. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought the entire... I don't remember this being called Brunchcot, though, last time.
I think they just changed the name.
So this is over by Test Track, and it's Brunchcot. So this is just a different name because they definitely have had most of this that's on the menu in previous years. So this is what Brennan's getting right now. This is what's new, I think. But they have an avocado toast, shrimp and grits, a lox benedict on everything focaccia, and then a fried cinnamon roll bites. And I always love showing the pictures at each booth just because it gives a pretty good representation of what they have. Okay, so Brennan just waited over at Brunchcot's, and we might head inside the Odyssey building over here.
Oh no,
That looks so weird.
too windy.
Oh man. I think real quick I'm going to go over to this booth. So Brennan's going to get a table inside the Odyssey, but this is the Farmer's Feast, which does rotate their menus throughout the festival. They have a grilled potato and leek soup, they have a char-grilled bison ribeye, and then a spice cake. And what I think I'm probably going to get is this char-grilled bison ribeye. So the early bloom menu goes from March 1st to April 8th, and then the springtime menu goes from April 8th to May 20th, and finally the summer solstice menu goes from May 21st to July 5th. Alright, so I got my food from the Farmer's Feast. This is what I got, and I am heading over to meet up with Brennan at the Odyssey building. So this is the Citrus Blossom, and I'm looking for Brennan, who should be at a table somewhere over here. So I found Brennan over here in the corner. She's enjoying her Fruit Loop shake, which she got over at Brunchcot. As well as this, so she's already eaten half of this because it took me a long time to get my food. So this is the lox benedict on everything focaccia with everything spiced, cream cheese, shallots, crispy capers, and hollandaise. And then this is what I got over at the Farmer's Feast. So this is the char-grilled bison ribeye with creamy leek fondue, red wine butter sauce, and whipped red wine goat cheese. And then I got this. This is a beverage. This is the Ghost Mary. So it's like a I don't want to say like a watered down Bloody Mary, but sort of. It says it's Boyd and Blair potato vodka. So there you go. That's sort of what it says here. I also said a potato. So Brennan just got in line at the Citrus Blossom, which is where we are right now, and she got the orange sesame tempura shrimp with orange chili sauce, and then she also got this citrus baked brie with preserved lemon marmalade, limoncello macerated blueberries, and spiced maracona almonds.
How was your meat?
So the food was pretty good. The this drink right here, probably the worst drink I've ever had
It's
at
not
Epcot.
good.
This was really, really bad.
And I like Bloody Marys, and that's what I wanted it to taste like, but I also don't really care for like raw tomatoes that much, and it just tastes like raw tomatoes.
It was sad. I'm not that
But-
negative about like drinks at Epcot, but this was terrible.
But look how much shrimp they gave us. This is great.
Yeah, the food so far has been really good. This was a disappointment and very expensive. So there's some merchandise in here. We sat sort of way over there in the corner, and I can't really find like a menu to sort of showcase, but Brennan got pretty much the two main savory items on the menu. Then they also have this lemon meringue pie that they're selling right over here. And this is a pretty long line. And you can also get an orange bird sipper over here. That's neat. So now we are heading into the World Showcase. This is the Citrus Blossom. Okay, so they did have a menu that I can show off. So yeah, they had the orange sesame tempura shrimp, the citrus baked pie, and then the lemon meringue
You
pie.
said pie.
Oh, I wish I could get a citrus baked pie. That'd be delicious.
Brie was absolutely delicious. This was worth coming back again for. This shrimp tempura was really good, but it just tasted like any shrimp tempura, so something you could get anywhere.
What about your the focaccia, the first thing that you got? Was that okay?
I was surprised by it. The lox, I get a little bit weird with like raw theme park seafood, so I was more nervous about the lox than anything else. I ended up hating the poached egg more than like the salmon.
I'm not crazy about
I was
underdone
positively
eggs.
surprised by it. It was good.
And then my bison was delicious, but then my drink was not. And you had your shake, and that was good too. Cool. So much food so far. So again, I'm definitely going to be coming back for all of the topiaries and just sort of talking about those. But this is Jardín de Fiestas.
Finally on both sides.
Yeah, look at that. They have a quesadilla de flor de calabaza and then a taco vampiro. Okay.
Come back for this one because this was good, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some different stuff.
We can't stop at every single booth. Was there any more back over here? I don't think so. So I totally fibbed. There is a booth over here. This is the Florida Fresh booth. They have a grilled street corn on the cob, a blackened fish slider, a watermelon salad, and then a Florida strawberry shortcake. They have multiple different corn on the cobs there. That blackened fish slider does look pretty good, but I think Brennan is lying to get this beverage here, this cucumber watermelon slushy. Way down there I can see the massive, gargantuan Goofy. That always intimidates me consistently at every single festival. There's your slush.
Yeah, it's a cucumber watermelon slush. You can get it with gin. I didn't. Gin's not really my favorite, so this is gonna be good.
Alright, so now we're turning around and heading towards Mexico to see what booth we end up at next. Is your drink alright?
It's pretty good. It's really refreshing. It literally is just watermelon and cucumber, and that's what it tastes like.
We're also missing out on a lot of the gardens around the World Showcase too, so that'll be sort of fun to come back and look at in a little bit. So our next stop should be China because there's no booth over here in Norway. We're also walking past the barges for Harmonious, which in 1 month will be no more. So I believe that Brennan's probably going to be getting the wontons from here, and then I might get the I don't know, the dumplings or the skewer? So we totally did get in line. This was the Lotus House. They have a spicy mala chicken skewer, a house-made cheesy crab wontons option, and then the pan-fried vegetable dumplings. And those are the pictures for what those look like. And we are heading off to find a table for the food that we got. So those are Brennan's house-made cheesy crab wontons.
Those are
These
worth
are my
coming back for every
pan-fried vegetable dumplings. I'm a little bit disappointed about the amount of these, to be totally honest.
You can have one of my wontons.
There's not a lot going on there. And then I decided to get this. I didn't show this on the menu. This is the, what was this? The Tropical Moon, which is Smirnoff vodka, triple sec, passion fruit, soda water, and white boba pearls. So we just ate all that over here by this massive popcorn in between China and the African outpost. This is pretty good. It's a little bit on the tart side.
By the popcorn. I didn't know what you meant.
This massive, like, popcorn rock.
I've never heard you call it that before.
Really? Look at this. It's like a massive popcorn. But now we are continuing on into the World Showcase. We're both getting pretty full, which we were aware of, but we're going to.
still going.
I mean, we're still going, but we gotta slow down a little bit, right? So at Dong Market they have potato pancakes, they have toasted pretzel bread, and then a warm cheese strudel, which I think we're probably okay. I'm on this for right now, but we'll definitely be coming back, I think, at some point for this. So next is the Italy booth, which we probably won't be getting anything at either. It's just always on the expensive side. These are absolutely some of my favorite topiaries, pretty much in all of Epcot, and just how good they look now compared to how they used to look. So this is the Primavera Kitchen. And let's see, they have a Caesar con Gamberet, a Tortellini Primavera, and then a Unido alle Nocciole. Which looks interesting, but it's not, I guess it's not really that much incredibly more expensive than other menu items have been, so I guess I take that back. So we've made it to the American Adventure Pavilion. It is getting pretty hot, and
But the breeze is still kicking.
it is still going. There's still a nice little breeze there. But I do think we are going to stop over here, I think. I'm still wearing my TRON wristband. I should probably take that off.
I thought you
I'm gonna get a nice suntan from it. So this is the Magnolia Terrace booth in the American Adventure Pavilion. We have a muffaletta panini, a spicy chicken gumbo, a crawfish pie, and a bananas Foster bread pudding.
I'm coming back for this guy. But I'm getting this guy.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks pretty good.
You want to get the crawfish pie?
I don't know, will you split it with me?
Maybe. I think I'm trying to slow down.
This is one of the new topiaries over here by the American Adventure. And then there's Brennan's bananas Foster bread pudding. Is it good?
This might be one of the best things that I've ever had.
Really?
It's so good.
I'm jealous. Today's sort of been like a bit of a miss for me in terms of the food that I've been getting. I've been enjoying them for the most part, but they aren't what I really wanted them to be, which isn't really fair to make that, like, I don't know, presumption of like, I don't know, what I want them to be versus what they are, if that makes any sort of sense at all.
Yeah, I looked ahead at the menu because I like knowing what I want to get, so I know how to pace myself, which most of the stuff that I wanted to get was in the beginning, so I might be done after this, but this is a good thing to kick this off on.
Yeah, I think I've been regretting the drinks that I've been getting. They haven't been bad, except for the first one. Okay, so we're over by Japan now. I think we're bypassing this trip, maybe. This is a very intricate and interesting garden over here by the Japan Pavilion. And again, I do want to come back and just sort of showcase a lot of this a little bit more, maybe not in-depth, but just sort of showcase them all as best as I can, just because I have not really paid attention to the individual gardens. So this is Hanami. They have a frushi, of course. They have the Hanami sushi, and then a creamy shrimp udon. Those all look delicious. And then Brennan said she wanted to come back with this dragon fruit sake cocktail down there. But yeah, definitely be coming back for pretty much all of that, probably. So now we're heading into Morocco and heading over to I believe the Tangerine Cafe. This is the Tangerine Cafe Flavors of Medina. This doesn't really change names as far as I'm aware, but let's see what they have on the menu. They have grilled kebabs, they have a hummus trio, and then an orange blossom saffron cake. Okay.
I'm excited about that hummus trio.
There's some more topiaries over here. This is La Isla Fresca. Let's look at the menu. So here they have a braised oxtail, a sugarcane shrimp skewer, and then coconut tres leches. Oh, I think Brennan would love a majority of this over here. Probably especially this, I think. That also looks pretty good too. Oh, I don't know. She's looking at that menu over there, but I like to look at the ones with the pictures. So we are sitting in the shade, but I decided to get the sugarcane shrimp skewer with Ben's original long grain white rice, mango salsa, and coconut lime sauce. That looks very good and very worth the money. And then you ended up getting a slush right there. So this is what, the Tropical Breeze?
Yeah.
Which is lemonade, grapefruit, and simple syrup. And it's not alcoholic. So now we are heading into France. Brenna gave me her drink because she was not a big fan of it. It's very sour. So this is Fleur de Lis, and they have all of this, which I'm just not going to try to pronounce this time. Save myself a little bit of embarrassment, but this all looks pretty good. I think this is all the same that they've had previously.
So they've had this for a few years now, and it's really good, but I've been so afraid to get it again because the one time I tried it, that taste, it like lingers for so long. I couldn't get rid of the taste.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's the International Gateway waiver there, where there's some topiaries as well. So I'm not the biggest fan of grapefruit myself, but I'll eat or drink anything. It's just a matter of just what brings me happiness when it comes to food.
I just didn't care for it because it tasted like the rind of a grapefruit and not an actual grapefruit.
Look how busy it is heading into the United Kingdom. Wow. It's a little bit around 2 o'clock right now, so this isn't even park hopping hours yet. Most of the topiaries are the same. They put them in different locations sometimes depending on the year, but they've been at the same spots, I think, most recently.
The two new ones that they did this year, the Tiana and the Encanto, are probably my two favorite. They're just done so well and so beautifully. I love it. I logged!
So this is over in Canada. This is the Northern Bloom booth where they have these seared scallops, beef tenderloin, and chocolate maple whiskey cake. And I'm going to say something very, very brave. I'm not going to get this year, I don't think.
This year?
I don't think so.
Huh?
I think I don't know. I don't like how they do it here, and I don't think I'm going to get it this year, which is sad. We'll see if I'm able to keep up that promise though, because I do like scallops. I just am not a big fan of how they do it here for this festival. But this is the refreshment porks. They have a traditional poutine, which they normally have, but then they also have a shrimp scampi poutine. We just have a few booths left. This is trowel and trellis. They have a boneless impossible Korean short rib and impossible lumpia, and then a chocolate cake. This does look pretty good. I'm not a massive fan of the impossible aspect of entrees, but you never know.
Looks good. I wish I had gotten this instead of that grapefruit thing.
So this is the Honey Bistro over here, which has a pretty considerable long line. Let's see what they have. Even if they did have something that we wanted, which they probably do. They definitely do.
New this year.
Oh my god. That line is just very lengthy at the moment. They have chicken and waffles, a pollinator flatbread, and then a honey mascarpone cheesecake. I would want to get all of this, actually.
Is the pollinator flatbread different? Yeah, because this is usually the chicken, the honey mustard chicken. So this flatbread is even new this year.
Ooh. Oh man.
All right, we're gonna start this way next time because I want to get all of these.
So now one final booth we need to check out, which is this one, the Pineapple Promenade. I'm pretty sure that this is the last one. They have a spicy hot dog and then a Dole Whip. So nothing incredibly interesting, but I don't know. They seem pretty nice. Okay, now let's go over to see Massive Goofy. Look how incredibly tall Goofy is. I can never get over it every single year. He looks even taller this year, Brennan.
Well, he's growing.
That's
He's
terrifying.
a plant.
He's got to be like, I don't know, like 20 feet tall? Maybe 15 to 20 feet tall? So there is a booth right over there that Brennan pointed out that is not currently open. Maybe it'll open up later?
That's usually where I get the blood orange fresca that I look forward to every year.
Brennan really likes this festival in particular because they have a lot of non-alcoholic drinks that are just so refreshing
Yes.
and nice. Alcoholic drinks are nice at Epcot, but especially when it gets to be this hot, those options are nice.
I know I like to drink, but I can't do it in the sun. So like the Flower and Garden has so many non-alcoholic drinks that are so easy to enjoy.
So I think we're getting ready to head back to the monorail to go back to the Transportation and Ticket Center because we parked over there this morning to ride TRON. Which of course you know that. What's that?
There's a teddy bear in the water.
What? There is a teddy bear in the water.
It makes me so sad.
Oh no. Teddy bear, no.
No.
That's a bummer. Okay, let's go, I guess. That reminds me of
On
like
that
the reminds me of like the hamster that was at SeaWorld. You remember that?
Oh yeah, the one that was just washing away.
And here's another topiary. Which this one I think is pretty new. At least the Mickey and Minnie topiaries, because I know that there's a Mickey and Minnie topiary over by the International Gateway. And I don't think I've seen them pose like this before. So we just saw monorail go by, so if we hustle, we might be able to catch it on the way back because it just went in through the World Showcase. There's the Encanto topiary right there, heading into and out of Epcot. That is so cool. I'll check that out a little bit more in depth later. There's the monorail right there. Let's see if we can hopefully make it up to the platform in time. We'll see. We made it out of the monorail, just barely in time before they close the doors. We are heading towards the Transportation and Ticket Center. That was our for the founder festival. Our very first trip. I think they're constructing something over here, probably like a rideshare area. There's the Toll Plaza entrance right there. And what I think we might do, actually, is go over to the car care center / the gas station over there. So we made it back to the Transportation and Ticket Center. That's where we had to check in right over there at the very end of the PTC for the preview that we were going to do this morning and did do this morning. With Kenneth and Kylie heading over to TRON to ride that and just enjoy the area. So the reason that I would like to go to the gas station is to get something that I get sometimes whenever I have a day at Disney that I have not gotten in a long time that I think Brennan would like to. Alright, so we are taking the tram back to the parking lot just because we've already walked a decent amount today. So we're a little bit on the tired side. So riding back to the Hero lot, which would be pretty convenient to go to the gas station just because I want to get a slush over there. Look at all those trams that should be at Hollywood Studios and Epcot. Right?
Right.
Okay, we're heading to the gas station. So here we are at the Magic Kingdom Speedway to get some gas and then what will probably be the cheapest food item that we have gotten today. Alright, I'm inside the Magic Kingdom gas station. Which is pretty cool. I'm heading right over here to get myself a slush. And I think Brennan wants a water, but they have a lot of other stuff that they sell here, which is pretty cool. Look at all of these slushy options. And I ended up just getting the classic Coca-Cola. So thank you for coming with us today to Magic Kingdom to ride Tron with our friends, and then going to Epcot for our first trip to the International Flower and Garden Festival for 2023. We had a good time. We ate a lot of food. We will definitely be coming back. I want to see the topiaries, the gardens. I want to see the entertainment. And we had a good time. We wore our flower shirts today to be thematic. And some of the food was a hit, some of it was a miss, at least for me personally.
Most of mine was really good. I enjoyed everything I ate.
I'm excited to come back and
Except
just...
that slushy.
Yeah, and then my Bloody Mary. But that's why I wanted to get this. It's incredibly cheap, and it's terrible for me, but I'm excited to drink it because it's very hot today. And yeah, our friends Ori and Kelly and their kids are actually coming over tonight. So yeah, today's like a day of like friends and just relaxing and having a good time. And yeah, so we're gonna go home and sort of prepare for them. We might be hanging out with them tomorrow, depending on where they are schedule-wise.
Yeah.
But we will see what happens. But thank you for coming with us today. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
This used to be like a cool, fun map of Florida, but now it's very different.